Hey guys, welcome to my awards for the best Wii game, exclusive Wii game of 2008. And like I said in my other videos so far, this video is limited to the games on Wii that are exclusive to Wii. It can't appear on any other system, it can't be on 360, it can't be on PSP. It has to be exclusive to the Wii. And I really don't have any big name titles that I kind of regret not playing. Maybe besides the new Tales of Symphonia, or I think Fire Emblem came out this year. But besides that, nothing really springs to mind that I regret not playing. So, let's get to my list here. It's a little bit more extensive than the other systems. Blob. Blob tries something new in terms of the platforming genre. It's more of a puzzle game hidden beneath the platformer. Because basically what it has you doing is mixing colors and painting the town certain colors in certain areas, and it's like, okay, you need to paint this part of the town blue, and then this building here and here you need to paint it purple, but in order to do that you have to mix it with orange, and you can't touch any of the other buildings at the same time. So it's quite enjoyable. The music is really great. The music really adds to this game. It has like a jazzy, all kinds of different soundtrack styles. And like the world starts off black and white and you paint it in color. It's very fun, a unique game, and definitely worth it for Wii owners that are looking for something a little refreshing in their library. Mushroom Men. You guys have probably heard me talk about this one in one of my other vlog videos, and I am strongly supporting this game. Without a doubt, one of my... I've been looking into this game long before it was even out. I was following it through its progress through the developer's website, and I was really excited to finally get this on Christmas. It's a platformer in, like I've said, like Super Mario Galaxy, in a totally different setting. Like, it's very stylized. I like to think of it like a Psychonauts game and a Tim Burton movie in one. I mean, the colors are outrageous, the characters are... the whole world is really well designed, and the music, really, really great. I mean, the controls are not that good. It's far from, like, a well-made game, but from what is there, it's very, very enjoyable. Without a doubt, one of my favorite games of the year. Wario Land Shake It. It's very rare these days that we actually see a platformer game take on its 2D roots of, you know, no polygons, nothing. You just go flat out cartoon 2D graphics, and that's what's so great about this. It is in essence what we were playing on the Super Nintendo and Genesis, only with more clearer graphics, much nicer and cleaner. In terms of its world, you know, you get your typical stuff like the lava and the desert and the jungle worlds, a lot of collectathons with coins and stuff, but if you play platformers, that's what you've come to expect from the genre. I mean, the tilt controls and everything with the remote kind of add to it a little bit, but for the most part, it's a great platformer and well worth the nomination. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. What can I say about this game? It is a lot of fun. In my opinion, not as fun as Melee. Melee was still more enjoyable for me. I wasn't one of those huge Melee fanatics where I'm like doing all the glitches and the little finessing things and during combat. But I did have a lot of fun playing that with friends. Brawl added more characters, more levels, an amazing soundtrack. The online mode was welcome when it was working and not lagging. And overall, you're getting a ton of content for the money for this one. And while I didn't play it as long as I thought I would be, when I was playing it, I was without a doubt enjoying myself to the full extent. And this is without a doubt one of the best Wii games out there. Animal Crossing City Folk. The problem with this is I don't want to cheat the system and like change the clock around to play it, because what happens is when I get home from work or school, it's late, and this game goes according to real life time. So if I get home at 8 o'clock, the game is going to think it's 8 o'clock at night. Stores are going to be closed. It's always going to be nighttime almost every time I play it, unless I somehow manage to wake up in the morning and feel like playing it. But from what I have played, it is unique in that I did play Animal Crossing on the GameCube, and nothing has really changed that much. It's an acquired taste, definitely, without a doubt. Think of it like a Harvest Moon game mixed with like a Sims game, and that's Animal Crossing. Unique, different, strangely addictive, worth the nomination. Mario Kart for the Wii. This game is still selling like crazy, and for good reason. It is more streamlined, you know, they made drifting a lot more user-friendly, which isn't a bad thing, because honestly, my thumbs get tired of going back and forth and doing drifting and all that kind of stuff. Online, had a blast with it. Single player, fun as well. Mario Kart has been a series that I've loved for a long time, and while this one kind of goes back to the classic style of no double carts and like Mario Double Dash, which I liked, this is like the essential Mario Kart game, in my opinion, to really start with now, because it has the updated graphics, it has the great courses, and it's not as good as Mario Kart 64, but in terms of people looking for, you know, if you're really concerned about graphics and music and all that kind of stuff, go with this one. You can't really go wrong with Mario Kart. House of the Dead 2 and 3. Now you might say, well, that's not exclusive to Wii. House of the Dead 3 was available on the Xbox, original Xbox, and House of the Dead 2 is available on the Dreamcast. Well, too bad. I'm putting it on my list. It's because this version of having both of them with Wii remote controls is exclusive to the Wii. So there you go. House of the Dead 2 is one of my favorite games on the Dreamcast from what I've owned on there, and this is no exception. I mean, House of the Dead 2, sure, the graphics and everything have not aged well at all. Just the B-rated like movie type cinematics with the terrible voice acting, coupled with what's great about this is I bought the Wii gun for it, the Zapper, not the Zapper, the Perfect Shot, the hand and gun like one, and it works really well with this. You know, it really feels like you're playing it in the arcade because you're doing all the aiming and everything like that. You can get this really cheap now. Anybody who has not played House of the Dead 2, especially 3 is okay. Definitely pick this one up because you're missing out on a great arcade experience that you can play right from your home. Final Fantasy Fables Chocobos Dungeon. This is a roguelike game. You've probably seen me mention it in my Wii RPG video if you check that one out. Great soundtrack. These games, the roguelike games, are an acquired taste, definitely though. It's either love or hate, because the dungeons are very repetitive. You know, your items, you gotta like synthesize them, and the penalties in this aren't as harsh as most roguelikes, where you get reset back to level 1, you lose all your equipment. I mean, it's not as harsh as some roguelikes are, but it's you know, the dungeons, they all look the same after a while, except for the change in music and the change in setting. But there's something strangely addictive about making it through a 20-floor dungeon and finding that new ultimate weapon and defeating the boss. I would say, those of you that are interested in starting off with a roguelike, this is a good one to go with, especially if you're a fan of Final Fantasy. This is like a fan service game. They have a lot of familiar faces and great remixed Final Fantasy music. Not too many people really even know this is on the Wii, or even know the game exists. It's based off of a Chocobos Dungeon series, and this is the latest one, so definitely check this one out, especially if you're a Final Fantasy fan. And lastly, Dragon Quest Swords, The Masked Queen, and the Tower of Mirrors. I also mentioned this in my 4 RPGs on the Wii, and this is a very, very simple, yet fun RPG where it's a lot of motion controls. Like, it's all on rails, there's only one town. Those of you that love Dragon Quest games, don't listen to the critic reviews, go for this. It's just simple, fun, and enjoyable. Great fan service. Think of it more like an arcade RPG, where you have the essence of leveling up and getting items and stuff like that, but it's more like, think House of the Dead, without the zombies, and in a Dragon Quest setting, like slashing your sword and all that kind of stuff. A lot of fun, highly recommended. So, out of all these Wii titles, which one would be my game of the year? It has to be Smash Bros. Brawl. Sure, it came out earlier in the year, however, no game on the Wii this year matched the amount of content and fun that I got out of this one. Sure, Mushroom Men, if it wasn't... Mushroom Men and Mario Kart are both amazing titles, but they just cannot match the sheer amount of stuff that you get in this game. Like, the collectibles, there's just so much. And this is, without a doubt, my favorite Wii game, exclusive Wii game of 2008.